Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Anastasia and this is Gaiana.ascended Tarot. And today's Pick a Card Love Tarot reading is going to be, who is your soulmate and have you met the one? Or for some of you there isn't a one, but basically have you met a person that is a potential life partner, soul level connection? And so this one is going to be a little different than my usual readings. We will start with who, and we'll do what we would normally do with the overall energy and confirmations. It's all going to be combined as who this person is. So I have all that pre-shuffled and pulled for the who portion of the reading. And then we'll get into, it's basically who, what, when, where. So we're going to get into who it is, what it's going to be like, and when and where you will meet them, which will help us to determine whether you've already met them. And then, we will get some messages, cards, and a little advice. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you all so much. And let's go ahead and we will get into the pile selection. So for pile one, you have this little turquoise heart. And you have this Lover's Oracle card, and it says, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. And you have the Galactic Star Tarot. Pile two, you have this Unakite. And you have this card, My Beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. And you have the Sufi Tarot. And for pile three, you have this Red Jasper. And you have this card, Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. And a blue jay just hopped onto the balcony to eat some apples. So blue jays might be significant for you. And you have the Arcanum Tarot. Okay, and we will be pulling signs in the beginning of the readings for this particular reading. So we won't be doing pick by zodiac today. So go ahead and tune into your own energy. Take a deep breath. Center yourself. Tune into the frequency in the 5D, or into, if you have a specific person that you're wondering if they're your soulmate, you can also tune into their energy and see if they come through the pile. That's fine as well. You may have messages in more than one pile. You may have more than one person that is coming in for you. We do have more than one soulmate, and not all soulmates are meant to be life partners. So we are aiming for who's going to be like a life partner for you. But whatever spirit brings through is what I will read. And so I do personals. My email's in the description. The timestamps will be in the description as well. They will also be pinned in the comments. And just take a moment. And when you're ready, I will see you in your reading. Hello and welcome, pile one. If you chose the turquoise and this beautiful card here and the Galactic Star Tarot, then this is your reading on who is your soulmate and have you met them. So it's going to be a who, what, when, where kind of reading. And instead of having confirmations at the end, all of this here, the overall energy and confirmations, has now been consolidated into who is this person to you. So who are they? So how can we determine who this person is? And then we'll use tarot and oracle to find out what the connection will be like. And then we will get into when and where you will meet them or have already met them. And some messages, cards, and advice. So you chose this beautiful card that says, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So this already feels like a connection where there's like healthy space. There's like an open sort of feeling between the two of you. It feels healthy in that way. So we'll just put this card here and let's get into who this person might be. So we'll start with these today. All right, and we'll set them up over on the side. So this person could be a bit rebellious. They could be a bit quiet, strong, muscular, or just a very strong character. And we have outgoing. So this person could have two sides to them. They could be, you know, someone who is very outgoing and friendly, but likes to spend a lot of time quiet. Maybe they don't speak. Yeah, they could have like an outgoing personality, but they're not necessarily somebody that is extremely social. But when they are with people, they're outgoing, they're friendly. Yeah. Okay, so we have short, mole. Let's see, we'll put them this way. We're gonna need room for all this. And it doesn't have to be a woman with a mole or a woman. These are just the images on the cards. Wavy hair, medium length hair, blue eyes. Okay. And then we have ready to release this love block. So this could be somebody who maybe has gone through a lot, maybe had a very unhealthy past in relationships, maybe had a blocked heart chakra or was struggling to open up to love. And we have reciprocity, adjustments are being made. So yeah, it does feel like this could be a connection where this is someone who is really starting to learn how to, give space, but also be close, right? So this is someone who's ready to let go of maybe having sort of an avoidant approach to love. Or it has, when you meet this person, maybe they're healing from some sort of heartbreak or feeling blocked when it comes to love. Okay, and we have Canada, which is part of Turtle Island. We have South Africa. We have Asia and Western Europe. So these could be ethnicities or locations where this person may be from or where you may meet them. There could be some synchronicity here for these locations as well that may not have to do with where this person lives. I don't have a great spot for these, but we will just collect them over here. So these are some potential initials. We'll just put them over here. We have an M, we have an O, we have an A, a U, we have an A, a T, a D, we have an exclamation point. So maybe you're going to have a surprise meeting, or it might be very shocking to meet this person. Something surprising or shocking could be a part of this connection. Let's see. We have a P, a Q. Mind your P's and Q's, I just heard. Someone might say that. We have a Z, another A, an I, and an S. And we ended up with a chakra in here. That was not the intention. So the solar plexus chakra could be significant. So I'm hearing human design. It could be that you could both have defined or open centers, something like that. Or this could just be a connection that's very empowering. There's a very strong bond between you and this person. Yeah. Okay. So that's that part. I apologize if I'm a little hesitant. I'm doing things differently, and that always makes me feel a little shy. So we'll get 4 signs from the bag for this pile. So we have Gemini, Scorpio, Capricorn, or Pisces. So that could be one of their signs or multiple of their signs in their chart, especially Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Okay, now, so this is a bit more about who they might be. So we have date night, get ready to be wined and dined. So this could be someone that you are already dating, okay? But this is someone who wants to date you. They could like wine. Let's see, we have moving, change of residence, or moving in with your partner. So this is someone that could be, when you meet them, they could be moving. But this feels like someone that you're going to date and then move in with, okay? And if you feel like you're already with this person, especially if you've already, you know, clocked who they are from over here, and you're like, oh, I'm with this person, I've been dating them, or we're about to move in together, take that if it fits you, because you're going to be on different timelines, all of you, in regard to this connection. But we will try to get a little more clarity on whether you've met this person or not going forward. So we have dating, wow, yeah, and wine, look at that. So dating and wine seem to be significant here. We're going to put those next to each other. And then we have long distance. So yeah, there could be a distance. Someone may need to move in order for the two of you to be together. And then we have vendor, merchant, retailer, individual, entrepreneur. So your person could be a merchant or a retailer. They could work in some sort of restaurant, sandwich shop, any kind of retail store, or they could be an entrepreneur. You could also like be a street vendor or something like that. We have creator, weaver of imagination, creativity, innovation, invention, realization. Yeah, this person could be very entrepreneurial. They could be very creative. They could have a very creative imagination. They could be an innovator. They could be someone who like designs or innovates, invents things, right? They could also be very spiritual. And then we have clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying, and memories, reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet. So this gives me the feeling that some of you, this is somebody that is already in your life, especially with the ready to release the love block and the reciprocity. So this could be someone that's clinging and holding on to you right now, or that you're clinging to, that there's some reminiscing and dwelling going on here. Yeah. And it does feel like this love block and this clinging, it's almost like there's some sort of feeling of, yeah, there's a noose on the love block card, and this person's like suffocating under plastic. So there's maybe someone has some sort of trauma. Yeah. Or could have been suffering with some sort of like depression. Yeah. Yeah. There's something kind of heavy. There's kind of an underlying heaviness to this connection. Okay. So let's just put that there. All right, so let's find out what we need to know. So what do we need to know about your soulmate, about this connection, whatever Spirit wants to show us here. Okay, Spirit, can you tell us more about this soulmate, please? We have the Page of Swords. I'm not doing reversals on these readings today. We have the Page of Swords. We have the High Priestess. Yeah, this could be someone that you're not speaking to right now, or that you've never met in person. So this could very much, with the High Priestess and the Page of Swords, this is someone who's most likely watching you from a distance at this time. So this could be an online connection. Or you haven't met this person yet because they need to move in order for you to meet them. Okay. But it does feel like it's someone who already has, I keep hearing clocked as a term to use in this reading, so time could be significant, but it feels like this is someone that you've already met. And we have, depending on who you are, Virgo, Cancer, and Pisces with the High Priestess. Everyone has a slight different take on that card. All right, so Knight of Discs, Knight of Pentacles, Death, so Scorpio energy, the World, let's scoot those up a little bit. We have the Eight of Cups. I wanted to come out with the World. That's Capricorn energy. The World also has fixed sign energy associated with it. We have the Emperor, so Aries. We have the Hermit, so Virgo. We have the Two of Swords. Wow, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Discs. I'm not going to take any more than that. We're just going to take all that together here. And then the Seven of Cups. Okay. All right, what's going on here? Let's see. All right, so what do you need to know about this connection? There's definitely a long distance here, absolutely. So this is someone who you will, it's likely that you will marry this person and be with them for the rest of your life. With the World and Death, it's kind of like till death do us part. This is end game. This is a successful completion. You know, we're going to die together, or, you know, that sounds really bad. I'm sorry. You're going to be together. And this is a life partner. Gosh, like eating my words over here. So this is someone who has their eye on you. They're very serious about you. So for most of you, you've met this person. I am getting the feeling that you have met this person, and they're very serious about you. I'm going to read this from, there's a feminine and masculine energy here. Sometimes I have to read like, okay, I'm really feeling a feminine or I'm feeling a masculine energy. Although I know different genders watch these readings, I have to go with the energy that I'm feeling in the reading. Rather than being super neutral all the time. I know sometimes that upsets people, but also I need to be clear on the energy I'm reading. And this person seems to have a very masculine energy to them. And that doesn't necessarily have to do with gender. People can be very masculine or feminine, and it's just characteristics of, you know, frequencies, energy. So this person feels very masculine. This is somebody who does feel very hidden from you right now, or very like closed off. With the Hermit and the High Priestess, this is a very spiritual, very like, both of you are very enlightened people. You're very private people. And there's a very magical, mystical sort of energy to this connection. And yet I do feel like you're not in each other's physical presence at this time. This is someone that is in a sort of a reclusive energy right now. And that's the quiet and outgoing energy here. Is like the Emperor is very outgoing, but the Hermit is very quiet. And this person has two sides to them, okay? They're very strong. They're very brave. They're very courageous. And they have a tendency to be, they're not like someone who wears their emotions on their sleeve, okay? This is someone who, but you're going to find that the connection is very, very powerful. There's an alchemy here between the two of you. I do feel like you cannot see this person at this time. You are not really aware. There's a crossroads here. And what's going on here is that this person is moving very, very slowly. They will make it to the finish line. They are going to be your life partner, but they do have to travel in order to do that. And they do have to let something go. And it feels like this person at this time is not really seeing clearly. They're kind of living in their own fantasy or in a virtual reality of sorts. This person isn't seeing the way forward at this time. But they will, at some point, overcome this restriction or limitation here. So this is a very slow-moving energy. With the Seven of Discs, in order to invest in this connection with you, this person has to let go of some insecurities and some past pain, and a lot of, they're going to have to go through, it feels like, some losses here, some emotional losses. And so it feels like for you, this person is going to be more available and move towards you once they've overcome some sort of really heavy insecurities and emotional attachments, and they've completed a cycle. They've gone through a cycle here, a full transformation, and it's like this person's going to just come rushing in, it feels like, out of nowhere. I really feel like you're going to be quite shocked by this person. I mean, look at this card here. Like, you're going to be quite shocked by this person. It may feel like the two of you have been in this sort of almost, I'm hearing like incubation phase, separate on either side of the world. This even also feels like a starseed energy, especially with this pile. So if you are quite young, like in your teens or 20s, this person may, for some of you, and I know this is this is a one-off, but you may meet this person in your 40s or 50s, and they may be like in their 20s or 30s. So some of you have met this person, and others of you, this person is actually not even born yet. But that only applies if you're very, very young and you're going to meet this person and they're going to have an age difference from you. Okay. There's nothing here that indicates that, that's going to be for all of you. So you really need to trust your intuition. That's a pretty, more rare thing, but some of you with this 42 here might not meet this person till you're 42, and they may be like 25 or 22. So just have to, I'm going to be very specific with this reading because of the type of reading it is. So take what fits your situation. It is a general reading, you guys. But this is someone who, they have to, I'm hearing the term like exhaust their options. So this is someone who, in a way, you're manifesting each other, you're drawing each other closer. But this is someone who has a lot of experiences that they have to go through, and they have to come out of a place of confusion. Yeah, and the Four of Discs and the Five of Swords. In order to build a foundation and to be able to live with you and be in a partnership with you and to fully invest in you, this person is, they're going to need to mature for a lot of you in themselves. And for some of you, if this person's already like older, because some of you, this person is already much older, they are just going through a major life change or transition right now. So some of you, your person is already married and they need to leave that commitment in order to be with you. So if you have someone you feel intuitively is your person, but they're married, that could be a signifier for some of you. If you feel like you have a spiritual connection and you really don't feel that that person is here yet on the planet, that's going to fit you. For a lot of you, though, you have met this person. The majority of you have met this person and you are at a distance, and there's been a block, and this person has not been open to this connection or moving incredibly slowly and at a crossroads. And there's been no communication, maybe for an extended period of time, or the communication is very limited between the two of you. This is someone who has a lot they have to go through, and this connection will actually transform both of you. This connection will actually be somewhat of a spiritual awakening for both of you. And it does feel like two very independent people here. This is something that transcends space and time, and it is very, very deep. And it does feel like you are manifesting this and that your soul's agreed to do this. So what will the connection be like? Your reading is giving me more like how this will come into being, more than what the connection will be like. I'm getting it'll be transformative. It's going to be for the rest of your life. When this person finally shifts out of this very slow-moving crossroads energy, it's going to happen pretty quickly. And then you're going to take your time to invest in one another, and it's going to be slow and stable and grounded. But it feels like you're going to spend an extended period of time in this life separated from one another. And this person really does have to either leave a marriage that they're already in or a commitment, or they have to come into their power in the physical, in their life, and really be grounded in themselves in order to make this happen. So this person has to come into some sort of wisdom and grounding and clarity, and they have to go through some sort of release when it comes to their emotions. Because with this Eight of Cups too, it's like this person has to release some sort of emotional block in order for this to happen. Let's find out if we can find out more. Anything else about the circumstances around this relationship and how this relationship will feel? What will it look like? Difference. Road, future, choice, destiny. So you're going to be very different from each other, but it is very sweet. This is a very sweet connection. And again, this is in the future. This is something that's in the future, and it is very destined. And there is a major choice that has to be made here. And I do feel like maybe you're going to travel with this person as well. That could be the case. There could be, yeah, you guys could take a lot of road trips for some of you. And there could be children. Some of you could have children with this person if you're at that stage of life. Okay, there could be a child on the other side that's waiting to be born to the two of you. And also, you're going to have more than one choice. That's kind of what's coming through here too. Some of you, like you have a choice to either move down this path, right, towards this connection, or you have a choice. And I really truly believe there is no the one, unless, you know, everything, the circumstances align, and you also in your heart align with that. So like life, things aren't that set in stone. Let's just put it that way. We always have free will, okay? So let's see. Love. Yes, so there will be love here. You'll have a great appreciation for one another. And again, I'm getting long distance here. So you'll have a great appreciation for one another, a lot of respect. There'll be a lot of trust here between the two of you. Yeah. Solo, core figure, action leader, lone hero. Someone could play the saxophone. Yeah, you will be spending a lot of time separated. I know that's not what everybody wants to hear, but this is a connection that will be, you know, you're going to be on your own for a while. And also, this is giving me Aries energy too, someone very independent, okay? Yeah, someone very independent, and maybe they travel for work. They may travel for work. It could be a musician who travels for work, and that could be why there's road trips or distance. They could, you know, have any kind of career and need to travel for work. That could be part of it. So it feels like there's going to be time together and time alone. It's a very strong message here. And health, exercise, diet, sleep, mental relaxation. So someone here could be a really good cook. Someone could like seafood. So it's a healthy connection. You'll be, you know, getting exercise with each other. You'll be, you know, this person's going to want to take care of you. You're going to take care of each other. So, yeah. Someone here could be in the medical field. They could be like a nutritionist. But there's a feeling of, yeah, even though you're really different and you spend a lot of time alone and on your own from each other, it's very healthy. It's a really beautiful connection. And you may improve your health from being with this person. You may exercise together. You may, you know, have a specific diet or food plan that you eat together. You may really, you know, make sure that the other one's getting enough sleep, that, you know, you're taking time to relax. Disappear. Okay, this is really heavy, but I'm going to read it. Decline, die, wither, be forgotten. This is till death. You're going to be together until the end. Until the end of time. Oh, what is that band? I can't think of it right now. There's a really beautiful song that's trying to come through. So yeah, this is going to be the person that you're with until death. And also, I do feel like this is a past life connection, okay? So you've been together before. Wow. Bell, call, warn, wake up, signal. Yeah, this is a spiritual awakening. Yeah, and it could be... But this connection shows up at a time as like a wake-up call. There's something about maybe your health declining when you meet this person, and the two of you like helping improve each other's health. Also notification bells on YouTube. So someone could have a platform. I'm getting that feeling here. But also something about waking up together. Yeah. Yeah, and something about like messages. So there could be a lot of messages. There could be a lot of long distance correspondence. So I'm hearing like notification bells, like messenger chimes or WhatsApp or, you know, some sort of messaging app. Yeah, and fire. So this is somebody that's going to be very passionate, very, very passionate. There will be a ceremony or a celebration. I'm hearing like For Whom the Bell Tolls by AC/DC, so that could be significant. Somebody might be cremated. My goodness, let's not go into the death aspect of this reading, Spirit. Memories, feud, care. Interesting. This could be somebody that you're very nostalgic about. Yeah, it does feel like this is someone for most of you, you've already met this person. Yeah, there's memories here. There's already memories here, and you will be building memories with this person. And there could have been some sort of threat or danger. Yeah, natural. Somebody could have had a health scare. And there is something about caring for each other, taking care of each other. Someone here could be a teacher, but you're going to take care of each other and protect each other. Yeah. Someone could have PTSD is also what I'm seeing here. But this is going to be a really beautiful connection, okay? Fantastic result, greatness, great moments. Yeah, there's a lot of love, a lot of joy, a lot of beautiful energy here, okay? So how will this person feel about you? Anything else about how they're going to feel about you? So they are a bit detached, okay? This person is not emotionally or materially dependent. They won't be dependent on you. They're going to need to let go of something that no longer serves them in order to claim this, to view the world with clarity, to see this connection with clarity. So this person will be a bit of an emotionally detached type of person, but there's still a lot of love in this connection. All right, where am I going to put this? I don't know. Put it there. And then how will you feel? How are you going to feel? Resonance. You're going to feel a very strong resonance with this person. Your thoughts, emotions, and experiences will resonate. Yeah, this is a very deep, profound connection. You're going to feel very connected to this person through 5-dimensional energies, through the universe. Your chakras are going to feel resonant with this person. You're going to feel connected to your true self with this person, and you're going to have more access to your wisdom, to your divine wisdom, and your divine truth. So there is anger here. So there could be that somebody here struggles with anger issues. You could both be a little frustrated with each other because you have different temperaments. This quiet and outgoing could also reflect that you have two different sort of temperaments here. So there could be some frustration and some friction around boundaries and healthy space and time and distance. You might have to work through some anger with this person, but it does feel like a really beautiful connection. We all have issues. There's always a shadow side to relationships. So you may be needing to learn how to be calm, more reflective. The two of you may be learning how to fight fair, okay, in this connection. So anything else about what this connection will look like? And then we'll get the when and where cards. The future. Okay, this is a long-term harmonious relationship, and it's coming soon, and there will be commitment. So this is something that's in the future, you guys. So the commitment will be in the future. And yeah, structure, foundation. This does not go in this deck, but here we are. They want to build a foundation, balance, building slow and steady and forming. Okay, yeah. So this is a slow, steady, structured foundation that will be built between the two of you. And yeah, these are just kind of repeating at this point. So I was going to get 2 of these, so we'll get 1 more of these since we got a little bonus card for you here with this one. Calmer waters, getting rid of upheaval and leaving the drama behind, quiet times and flowing. This will be a very peaceful relationship overall. Yeah. This is a connection that will be at a time, yeah, you're going to leave a lot of drama behind. This could be interesting. There could be some anger around this person maybe taking a long time to make a choice here, being skeptical. maybe being a bit lost at first, not really being clear on this connection, but there is a feeling of being grateful and joyful when the two of you come together. So that could be, you could even, if you already know this person, some of you could be angry with them right now because they aren't seeing the nature of this connection the way that you see it. That's going to apply to some of you. This is, you know, a really, I have to use my intuition kind of reading. And, you know, this is meant to be fun, so don't take it too heavily or seriously. Yeah, so testing the waters are still looking for the right one. Search another path. I do feel like you're going to meet when you are both sort of looking for the right one and testing the waters with different people. But this connection is going to bring you into calmer waters. After a time when it feels like maybe there's a lot of upheaval or difficulty or loneliness, or, you know, you've met a lot of people, it feels like you guys are going to decide to be together after you go through some options, you know, and some exploration. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing. So let's see, when and where. So when might you meet this person or have met this person, for those of you, because this is a split pile. So Virgo season, you are good enough. And when your self-worth has improved, if you are struggling with your self-worth at this time, so you will most likely meet this person either during a full moon in Virgo, or yeah, when you've become detached and you're no longer like in a feeling of clinging to, yeah, some of you are clinging to something from the past that you need to let go of, either with this person or someone else, and like build up your self-esteem. So when you are feeling confident, hello little squirrel, I don't have pecans out there right now, just apples. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, so some of you, it's going to be Virgo season or a full moon in Virgo. And it does have to do with your self-esteem, knowing that you're worthy, and being able to handle someone too who is detached. This person is a very aloof type of person. So if you are someone who needs someone to be super mushy, gushy, emotional, you know, constantly validating you, being in your presence all the time, this connection won't work, because this is an extremely independent person. And so you're going to have to really have your self-worth intact before this connection will move forward into a commitment and be something that is calm, stable, and, you know, steady. Okay. And then your dreams need a practical plan. So it could be during Taurus season or full moon in Taurus. This could also indicate that this is a Virgo-Taurus relationship. I'm intending for these to be when, but you can also take these as signifiers. But yeah, it's once you have been building and also, yeah, your self-worth and having a practical plan to make this connection work is kind of what Spirit is saying, even more so than like the specific time frame, since there are, you know, thousands of people watching. These could be significant seasons, right? So April, May, and September, August, September. But this has more to do with like being grounded, being practical, knowing what steps you need to take in your life, really being stable, feeling good about yourself, feeling very grounded, building your life. And then, yeah, a personal issue reaches resolution. So full moon in Cancer. So this also has to do with the two of you having to leave some things behind, possibly even family. Yeah, there's something here about parents and family. Maybe even leaving behind what other people expect of you, like really coming into your power, because this is a very deep spiritual connection, and it may be unconventional in a lot of ways. And so it may be that the two of you have to let go of what other people think and what other people around you want for you. And it does feel like someone could be already married, or yeah, there's something about options and walking away and really coming to a place where it's like, okay, I know that this is the one for me. Yeah, and don't let your past hold you back. So when you have let go of something in the past, okay, and where, whoa, just saw crossroads. So where might you meet this person? The majority of my viewers, the lake, tranquil waters, reflections. So you could meet this person, yeah, calmer waters. So you could meet this person at a lake. You also just someone could live near a lake. Yeah. So if you live near a lake, you may meet them near where you live, or they may travel with this boat to meet you. And then swimming pool. Okay, so for most of you, you're going to meet this person around water. So sunbathing and tanning, pool games, fun, pool parties. So you could meet them at a pool, you could meet them at the lake, or just like there's something about emotions. You could meet them at the still point of your emotions. When you are happy, when you are joyful, when you are calm, when your emotions are open and healed. Because a lot of this can be figurative. Yeah, damp and rainy realm, moisture abounds, wet, serenity, drizzly delight. So you could meet this person in a tropical location, in a place where there's a lot of humidity. Some of you are, going to meet this person. Yeah, this feels like when you're emotionally healed. Like, yeah, when you're very like emotionally open. Winding path, curving trail, twisting route, meandering passage. You could meet them on a walk. But this all, very much to me feels like this is when you are just kind of doing your thing. You're emotionally available. You're enjoying your life. You're getting out in the world. Yeah. Okay, so, and it does feel like it's going to be a bit of an adventure at first. Yeah, and there's nostalgia again. So you could meet this person in a place of reminiscence. Yeah, so you could meet this person at your childhood home, where you live, or where you grew up, rather. But memories are strong in this pile, okay? So, yeah, so like at a park, maybe. Okay. All right, so wait, before we do the advice, we're going to do some messages from your person. I want to reach out to you. My higher self is with you every single day. Sometimes I imagine how my life with you would feel. I can feel your presence even though we are apart. I sometimes feel you deserve so much better than me. Yeah, there's some self-worth issues on both sides, it feels. I can feel that strong bond we share on a soul level. I would like to give this another chance. And that could be just coming back around in this lifetime. But if you really feel strongly that you've met this person based on this reading, take that. I think of you whenever I feel lost in my life. I wish I could feel your body close to mine. Your presence in my life gives me peace. I can't stop thinking about your beauty. I'll be there by your side when you're ready. And I crave to be close by your side. Yeah, by your side, by Sade is coming through. You are my total world. Yeah, you're going to be this person's total world. They're going to want to take care of you, dote on you. There's a lot of nurturing here, a lot of grounded nurturing with Virgo and Taurus energy too, and Cancer energy. This is someone you're going to have a home with. It's stable, it's committed, it's powerful, it's peaceful. This is going to be someone that you will spend your life with, and very possibly a conventional marriage, that it doesn't, as far as like, legalities and that sort of thing. But this is sort of an unconventional connection where there's a lot of distance, there's a lot of space. And like I said, someone could travel for work, or you could have an extended period where you're in a relationship at a distance. Okay, so your advice. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Number 11. So November could be significant, or the 11th of a month. You are going to be okay. It does feel like you're going to need to be strong in order for this connection to come into union. There's a need for patience and a need to like tame your lower nature and your insecurities and your fears. 43, love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Okay, so don't give up. Don't lose faith in this. Be hopeful. And you're going to need to be resilient and strong in order to bring this connection into a physical union. You're going to need patience. And listen with your heart. You are listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. Number 1, Yeah, that's so interesting because this is right next to this card. The ocean could be significant. There could be an ocean between you. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, there's very much a distance here for some of you. And I'm getting Leo energy coming through this reading now. So, yeah, you're going to need to really listen to your heart on this one and be strong and be patient and express your love through actions. 49. Some of you, there's a compromise here, traveling to one another, meeting halfway is what I'm hearing. So you may need to be willing to uproot your life in order to be with this person and meet them halfway. Yeah. Okay. So that is what I am seeing for your reading today. I'm not used to ending it this way, so I was like, wait, are we done? So thank you so much for being here with me. And if this doesn't feel like the energy of the soulmate that you are feeling, or if this you just want to watch another pile, if you're curious, feel free to do that. And I do personal readings. My email's in the description, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome, pile 2, to your reading about who your soulmate might be, and if you've met them. And this is going to be a who, what, when, where kind of reading. And we will get messages and advice at the end. And this is actually all going to be in the very beginning. So what we would normally do is confirmations, and overall energy is going to be all about who this person might be. And we'll grab a few signs as well. So if you chose the Unakite heart and this beautiful card here, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. And you also have the Sufi Tarot. And this is your reading. And so you could be physically separated from this person at this time. Some of you may not have met this person. Interestingly enough, this does seem to connect to pile 1's energy a bit. So if you felt drawn there as well, you might want to look into that, because there was a crossroads and kind of potentially 2 different timelines for pile 1, like 2 different choices. So yeah, if that aligns with you. Let me close the door. The neighbors are talking. Okay, so we're going to get into, let's see, we'll start with this. So who is this person? So they could be very plain in dress, kind of a simple person, not very flashy. They could be athletic, could have a deep voice, and be very health conscious. Someone here could be average height, wear glasses, have long hair, or a mohawk punk aesthetic type of look. Or just have like a goatee or have earplugs. And we also have hazel eyes. Where can I put that one? And we'll just do that there. Okay. Lurking in the shadows. So this could be someone who is, not out in the open at this time. Someone who may have had, there could be like a dark past or some sort of difficulty, or they could be going through like a dark night of the soul at this time. Or just someone that isn't visible or available to you. Yeah, spiritual work and self-discovery. So this is someone who has either, when you meet them, we'll see, we're going to get into the cards, but there's something about shadow work here, doing spiritual work and self-discovery. So this person could be a very spiritual person and may have come out of a dark place in their life, or be coming out of a dark place in their life when you meet them. And someone here could be a photographer. Okay, so we'll put those there. And these are some locations that could be significant for this connection. So we have islands. So this person could be from an island country, or you could meet them on an island. We have India, Alaska, and North Africa. So those could relate to someone's ethnicity, It could be a place where someone works, or a place where you meet this person, or where you travel with this person. So take those how they fit. And we have some initials here. We have P, we have X, we have another X. So this could be someone that you were already with and broke up with. I know people don't necessarily want that, but you know, that's coming through. XP, is that something from video games? You could play video games. We have an L, we have an I, B, O. Someone could have a very strong body odor, especially when they work out, I just heard. Also, someone could be an X, I just heard X pill popper. And I don't, you know, I wouldn't normally say that, but like this person could have had like a drug habit in the past. We have an F, we have a Q. So someone here could be LGBTQ. We have Z, and we have a $sign. So this person could have a connection to you from work, or there could be a significant financial issue that's prominent in this connection or in this person's life. Okay, they could be someone who prioritizes money. I'm getting a message that this person may have prioritized the wrong things in the past, like money and, you know, their appearance and, you know, external things, and that they go through, this person has either gone through or will go through a spiritual awakening and value, change their values. They will value spiritual things over like money and appearance. Okay. So who is this person? We have narcissist. Someone who's too full of themselves. Okay. So a lot of people might click off right now. This person may have gone through an ego death. This may be someone who was very, self-important, full of themselves, didn't really see the value in love, relationships, spirituality, but this is someone who's gone through a major transformation. So now remember too, soulmates can be here to teach us painful lessons. They aren't always our life partner. So some of you in this pile are hearing about someone that put you through a lot of pain. Okay, if this already resonates with that, and you're hearing something that you need to hear in this reading about why your souls chose to go through this together. So keep that in mind. We have water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have, oh, no, we're not doing it that way. Triangle. Yeah, okay. So this person could have put you in a third-party situation, or you could be polyamorous. I do feel like some of you, this is your ex. And yeah, sometimes these readings, it's really interesting. Like maybe you really care deeply about someone who's just not well enough to be in a relationship with you, and you're wondering if this person was your soulmate, or if, you know, Or some of you are also getting like a warning that, you know, you may meet someone who is a soulmate of yours, but you may have to choose yourself because they're still going through some sort of shadows or suffering or pain. And we have gossip. Yeah, so I do feel like this is, this could be a connection where there's like an open relationship. And so people are talking about it because it's unconventional. This person could have flying monkeys with the narcissist and the gossip. So for a lot of you, this feels like a very challenging situation. This feels like a situation where someone had to either completely go through a spiritual awakening and transformation in order to be a healthy partner, or this is, again, this is split into two energies. Some of you, this is your narcissistic or toxic or, you know, possibly even abusive or addicted to substances type of, you know, ex-person. And you may have, a choice between someone new and going back into this connection that feels like maybe a karmic kind of soul connection here, okay? Funny that the gossip card came out because there's people being loud on the balcony downstairs right now. So we have guide, navigator, progress, direction. So someone here could be a tour guide. For some of you, this person was like a tour guide. But there's something here about travel here. You could live in different places in the world. This person could travel a lot. player. Yeah, socialite of charm, elegance, expert of romance, leisurely life. So yeah, so we've got a third-party situation with someone who's in their shadows, who's full of themselves, and a player. So if you want to still hear about this person, you can stay for this reading. Some of you, if this is someone from your past, you may receive a lot of wisdom and understanding. I really feel like don't automatically click off, because I feel like Spirit's going to help you understand why you went through this, okay? And also, if this is someone that is coming into your life that is new, it's going to give you a little bit more of an idea of who this is, so that you can avert this connection. Heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up, and only you, devoted, attached, crave. So this could be somebody that, there's mixed signals here. There's blocked emotions. There's somebody who is like falling from grace, but they are very attached to you. This is someone that craves your love. They're very attracted to you. They could be very attracted to your eyes. Yeah, something about eyes is coming through here. Seeing all these eyes. This could be someone who has difficulties with their mental, emotional health, and their ability to open up to love, but they're still very like attached to you physically. And so this could be a very physical connection. Situationship kind of energy is coming through here. Okay, so let's get some signs for you. All right, we got a few more than I was expecting, but that's okay. We have Leo, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, and Virgo coming through for you here. Okay. All right, so for those who stayed, let's see. I do feel like this is an energy where, because pile one is the person's life partner, but pile one was going to have to make like a major decision, and they were going to be at a crossroads, and so was their person. And so that could be what's going on, and you just need to hear about this. Maybe you need to hear about this so that you will let this person go and choose a different timeline. So again, I know I'm saying that a lot, but it's like a lot of times people don't want to hear about something if it's not like, oh, this is going to be like the best, most beautiful thing. But sometimes it's, Spirit giving you caution. So helping you decide what's best for you. Okay, so what is this relationship like? Anything else we need to know? This relationship be like? We have the Daughter of Cups. We have the Six of Coins. Ooh. Ooh. We have the Three of Coins coming out with the Five of Coins and the Five of Swords. We have the Nine of Staffs. We have the Nine of Coins and the Six of Cups. And we have the Two of Cups. And the Empress. Okay, so we have Taurus Libra energy with the Empress here. So this connection, yeah, okay. This is a connection where there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of attraction, and there's a deep soul connection. And this is almost like, this energy here is like touch and go. There's a feeling of you not quite being able to ever make this connection work. So this is a connection with a lot of grief and feeling lonely. This isn't a connection that you will actually build with this person, okay? This is a connection where you are actually going to move on. So the good news about this reading is that this is someone that you are going to meet, and they are going to trigger shadow work in you, or you've already met them and they've triggered shadow work in you. You've learned a lot, and you are actually going to choose yourself, okay? You are going to choose yourself, and you will end up in a happy, loving relationship with someone here, but you are going to free yourself from this connection. You are going to allow this connection to exist in your heart, and you are going to, yeah, this is a really strong energy of like, I love this person, but I'm also going to let them go. And it's going to improve your self-worth. You are going to take the lessons from this connection, and you are going to create out of it as well. There's a feeling of you're going to get more in touch with your inner child, with your creativity, and you're going to learn how to protect yourself. It does feel like this is going to be a painful connection where it's going to put you through a lot, okay? And there's going to be a feeling of needing to clear your energy and cleanse your energy and let go. It does feel like there's a feeling of defeat around it, and it may take some time for you to build back your self-worth and your self-esteem, but you're going to, okay? And I feel like there were issues with reciprocity. Now, if this is the same person as pile 1, for some of you, what's going to happen is that this person is going to heal. If you feel like this is a divine counterpart, like not like a soulmate, but a twin flame, it feels like it could be that if you let this person go and you do all this healing work, and because they're not building a foundation with you, and they're triggering your self-worth issues, and they're not really meeting you halfway, and they're putting you in third party, and they're playing, and they're, all of these things, right? For some of you, because this, I have to say that this can also be read as, after all of this pain and suffering and failure to build a foundation with this person, you're going to end up happy. And, this is lifelong love. We've got 2 of Cups and 6 of Cups here. That's a lot of soulmate energy. And the 6 of Pentacles. So we're going to get more information here. But yeah, the Son of Swords and the 2 of Swords and the Star. Okay, interesting. Yeah, some of you, this is your ex, Shaw of Swords. Shaw of Coins. It's King of Coins. Okay, Ace of Staffs, 10 of Coins. Okay. Apparently we needed a lot more than just this. You are going to go through a massive glow up as a result of going through this experience with this soulmate, okay? And someone is going to come rushing in, and rushing in when you are at a crossroads. Yeah, a lot of you have messages in that pile too. Yeah, in pile 1 and 2. And there's going to be a massive healing here. There's going to be a massive healing. And yeah, there is something about you having 2 options, my loves. You have the option to go back to someone in the past, or to build a foundation with someone more stable. So we could have an air sign and an earth sign here coming in for you. We have Aquarius with the Star. This is really interesting. 10 of Coins, 2 of Staffs again. Nafs, which is the Devil, and the 7 of Swords, and the King of Cups. This is something really interesting. Like, you guys are going to, I'm hearing like that song, It Feels Good to Be Running from the Devil. Who is that? Sir Sly. Another something, and I'm up another level. You guys are going to outrun the devil somehow. I don't know. You guys are going to be at a crossroads. I don't think you're going to choose this person. So this is a soulmate of yours. This could be a karmic, and I don't think you're going to choose them. And somebody who's really able to love you is going to come in. Yeah, 2 of Coins, Daughter of Coins. Somebody who's really going to be able to love you is going to come in. You could even have children with that person. You do have a very passionate new beginning with someone else. Yeah. Someone that can make you truly, truly happy. So I do feel like most of you are going to run from this person. I'm hearing Sir Sly and run also. So it does feel like this could be a situation. Yeah, this isn't your life partner for most of you. Unless you have someone who goes through a complete and total transformation and turns into the person in pile 1, and you feel like this is my counterpart, and they've been going through shady stuff, and we've had to mirror a lot of trauma And yeah, the only way that this connection would work is if that person heals, okay? So, you know, and again, with these kind of readings, we all have free will, right? And I don't believe we have one soulmate necessarily, but when I say, have you met the one, I'm saying like the person you're going to marry, the person that you're going to choose. Right now, this energy here is showing me that it's very possible you already know this person or you broke up with this person already. And you are manifesting a beautiful, committed, loving, reciprocal relationship and working on your self-esteem. And you're going through a glow up and you're going to have people like just flocking to you. So you may have multiple exes coming towards you, right? But you are going to end up in a loving, happy relationship either way. But I don't feel like it's going to be with this person. But let's get more. What will this relationship be like? Because it feels like trying to build something with this person just ends up, you know, leaving you feeling defeated and out in the cold and alone. And, you know, they're putting you in between another person, but you end up in a Two of Cups energy. So, yeah, and it's like you clear your energy, you heal your heart, and you go through a massive glow up. Some of you, if you choose to get involved with this person, you might have a child with them, right? But you may still move on from this person. So I do feel like a lot of you have already met this person. Okay, so let's see. Threat, feud, natural enemy, deadly threat. Okay, yeah, this is a person that, yeah, that we've got toxic energy here. we've got snake energy here. Yeah, wow. Okay, so this is a connection where you may need to protect yourself. Yeah, you may have to protect yourself and go through a massive glow up here. Let's see what else. Fusion, align, openness, harmonize, collaboration, spendthrift, waste, debt, gambling, and courage, bravery, adventure, fatal, and brilliant. Yeah, okay, fatal attraction is coming through. Fire, carnival, celebration, ceremony. All right, this is a very passionate connection. It's a very sexual connection. It's a very intense connection. You sort of merge with this person, but someone here has like a gambling issue or a debt, or, you know, they're wasting money, they're wasting your time. Yeah, there's some sort of addiction or unhealthy habit. And it does feel a little wild, a little crazy. This person could be very, it's almost like there's somebody here who could be highly intelligent, but like living in their shadows, in their darker negative energies. And so it's like they could build such a beautiful life with you if they were willing to collaborate with you, if they were willing to open, if they were willing to be brave, and if they were willing to be grounded and practical. But this person is, they're not in a healthy place. So this is someone with, you know, money problems and addictions and, yeah, but it does almost feel like this is something that dies and comes back. So this could be somebody that you go and repeat cycles with, and then you have to have the courage to move on from them. Yeah, and kind of burn it all down. You know, there's a feeling of this burning down and you needing to, yeah, you're going to have to process. You might need to process a lot. This is something that's going to be a journey where there's a lot of growth. Yeah. Tomatoes could be significant to somebody. And peace, harmony, order, calmness, serenity, and passion. So you very much may move on from this person, and you really like almost like doing some sort of ritual. I'm seeing some of you like burning this person's like stuff, or like, I don't know, that's pretty heavy, but I don't know. I'm just the reader here. You will find peace, but it looks like you're standing here alone, you know, bringing order, harmony, and calmness and serenity back into your life. Even some of you might be making American cheese sandwiches because something happens with your money with this person. Focusing on your hobbies and your interests. Just taking care of yourself. Birthday. Yeah, celebrating yourself. And you may have a child with this person that you end up raising on your own. or having to co-parent. That could be part of what's coming through here, that you still have to deal with this person because you end up co-parenting with them. So you have to work it out with them. And then, yeah, you have a choice. This was in pile 1. You have a choice. Yeah, and I would recommend going to that pile because, I mean, this doesn't feel like your forever person, you guys. Yeah, this person might be cheating, concealing things, misleading you. And so there is a feeling of rejection here, okay? And you being on your own, solo, and then experiencing some loneliness and a gap period. Maybe spending some time reading or learning from this connection. Yeah, and purifying your energy here. But you're going to reach a place of gratitude, okay? Yeah. And you're going to leave this behind. Yeah, this person who's manipulative and causes you pain, hurricane energy. Okay, so yeah, that's the energy I'm reading here. So, if you recognize this person and you've already met them, this is a caution for you to take heed of these red flags and to, if things have not already gone quite wrong in this connection yet, you may want to, make a different choice. This may not be the person for you, okay? So how will you feel in this connection? Isolation. Isolation is the feeling of being disconnected from others or the world, causing feelings of loneliness and exclusion. Isolation reminds you that solitude is also a part of self-healing and self-discovery. Let go of isolation, seek inner connection, and restore harmony with the outer world. Yeah, you're going to feel really lonely in this connection. I don't think this person is able to give you what you need, okay? There is a feeling of merging. Your energy is almost like a codependent enmeshment here, but you still feeling very alone. Okay, let's see. And how will they feel? They will feel, how will you feel? I meant to do it the other way around, but whatever. How will they feel? Jealous. Yeah, this person may struggle with jealousy. They may have anxiety. They may be competitive. Yeah, there's something about money here too. Like maybe this is gold digger energy, so be careful. Yeah, this person is going to have a lot of jealousy. They may compare themselves to others. They may put you in positions. They may want to make you jealous. And then nostalgia. So you both, there's a feeling of like being nostalgic for each other. And I think you're going to learn a lot. You're going to draw a lot of strength from this connection. You are going to learn your lessons. And you're not going to let this limit you in the present moment. So, but I do think you too, because this is your combined energies, you will feel nostalgia for one another. But this person is like, yeah, this is like a nope kind of energy. Oh my gosh. Sometimes when these readings come through, like the whole video just tanks because people love to pick pile 2. It's the most chosen pile in my readings. But when pile 2 is this brutal, like I watch the numbers just go, nee. But hey, like these are important readings because you don't want to end up with karmic soulmate, someone who your soul's agreed to learn these lessons, but this is not your life partner. You don't want to spend your life in this situation, right? So anything else that we need to know about this connection? Sturdy support, build a strong foundation with combined effort, united, lasting, stable. What is that about? I want one more card on that. Because it does feel like power struggles here. Divine match, following your destiny, a love that's meant to be, soulmate, twin flame. All right, so this could be your twin flame, and that could be why. Because, okay, I'm going to tell you guys something that a lot of twin flames need to hear but don't necessarily want to hear. Your twin flame is not always your life partner. Sometimes they're heavily toxic, especially if they lie and they are in heavy addictions and they're being a player and they're making you jealous and they're giving you mixed signals and they're, leaving you feeling worthless and empty, right? And the whole lesson on the twin flame journey is to actually choose yourself and to choose someone that you can build a foundation with. Now, like I said, for those of you that feel that this is a counterpart who is going to be healing, you sense that they're healing as you are healing and growing. Some of you will end up with this person after they go through a dark night of the soul. But you will have to move on from this person in order for that to happen, which means there will be a period of loneliness, isolation, sadness, possibly even jealousy, a feeling of everything burning down and not being able to actually have what it is that your heart truly wants with this person, okay? And that's really going to depend on whether this person does the healing that they need to do. And we have love song. Yeah, so it does feel like there's going to be a lot of like love songs in the 5D. Someone could be a dancer, harmony, rhythm, and sync. So there's a feeling of this connection being out of sync and having to come into alignment in order for it to be healthy. And for some of you, you are being directed away from this energy. You may have messages in pile 3 if you don't feel pile 1 is for you, toward a soulmate. If this is a twin flame that is not getting it together, right? Okay, so, and again, general tarot is something where you have to really use your intuition. I can only read so much specifically for a collective. So you have free will and you have a choice what you want to do, okay? So when might you meet this person? New moon in Libra or Libra season, or when a new romantic cycle begins in your life. Yeah. So and this is giving me the feeling like you do go in cycles with this person. Okay. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah. For some of you, this is someone that pulls you away from a commitment. Yeah. It does feel almost like this is someone that like pulls you out of your center, like pulls you away from your journey. So you could be on a counterpart journey, and this is somebody that comes in to teach you karmic lessons. And you may be stuck in these karmic lessons for a while before you heal and evolve out of it and get into a, you know, true, open-hearted, balanced soul level connection. When might they meet this person? The energy is gaining momentum. All right, there's a lot of purple energy here. So there's something about a spiritual awakening. So something is gaining momentum. It could be during a waxing moon. You are very close to achieving your goal. Why do I feel like that was something else here? All right. Have faith in your dreams. I need another one on when. I'm not quite sure. So it could be during one of these moons, right? Or Libra season. It could be around when you are gaining momentum and you're achieving a goal in your life. That's another thing. Like you could be reaching a goal and then this is a connection that kind of comes in and derails you. So it might be really good for you to like take heed of that, especially if this is someone coming back around. Expect powerful change. Yeah, you may meet this person during an eclipse. Yeah, and that they may come and go in that window. Like they may show up at the beginning of the eclipse and leave at the end. That happens. It's happened to me multiple times where I've met people during eclipse season and it's been like, boom, like the turnaround. That's like a turnstile, just whoop, in and right back out. So that could happen during a new moon eclipse. But there is something very significant. There does feel like a shocking, sort of significant, intense energy around when you meet this person or when you met them. Yeah, and we have Pisces energy coming through here again. So there's something about you needing to find balance in yourself. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like this could be someone who comes back around right when you're starting a new life. And, you know, there is a feeling of you having to make a choice whether or not you want to sabotage what you've built and go back around in a circle with this person, right? Okay, or whether you want to shut the door completely, because eclipses are like final gateways. So where might you meet them? You may meet them in a park, nature's haven, recreational space, picnic retreat. So you may meet this person in a park or outdoors somewhere in nature. Desert. Oh, look at that snake again. Arid landscape, dunes, sands, endless horizons. You may meet this person in a desert. Or someone also could, I'm hearing like work in national parks. Park talk is coming through again. Oh my gosh. You can meet them on TikTok or have met them on TikTok. Interesting. Crossroads, multiple paths, turning point, divergent roads. Yeah, you are going to meet this person at a crossroads. So you could even meet them in a crosswalk. But where you're going to meet them, it feels like, yeah, maybe when things are feeling a little bit dry too. There's a feeling of like maybe you're having a dry spell in your emotional or sexual life, and it could like trigger, you know, there's an intense attraction here. There's like a really intense physical attraction here. But yeah, you're going to be at a crossroads and you're going to have to make a choice when you meet this person. Yeah, you're going to meet them. And you could meet them in person for the first time. Like, if this is somebody that is at a distance, that's not going to be for all of you. I'm not seeing like heavy long distance here. There's a little bit about distance here. But, you know, if this person travels to meet you, you could meet them, you know, at an actual road, on a road, you know. I'm seeing someone come out of an airport and someone like standing on the side of a road. Yeah, within the vehicle and like getting in a taxi. I was just going to say getting in a taxi, right? So, or you could meet this person. There's a small portion of you that could meet this person like carpooling, or when you're driving somewhere, when you travel somewhere. Yeah, or at a bonfire. They're just highlighting this. Okay. All right, so let's get some messages from this person. To be honest, this is a person this is heavy energy, and this is a person who's in their shadows, so I am going to use these more harsh messages. I can't make you happy. Why do I deserve someone like you? I don't know who I am anymore. You catalyze an awakening in this person. Also, I do feel that that's part of what happens here. The passion I feel is overwhelming. I don't know how to handle this. Yeah, this is a very sexual connection. You are so different from everyone around me. Yeah, differences. Is that down here? Yeah, you are very, very different from this person. Okay. Very, very different. So there could be cultural differences, sexual desire. Yeah, I do feel like this person approaches you with lust. I long for your kiss. Yeah. Don't wait for me, please. Will this ever change? I can't take anymore. I can't take it anymore. And I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. So you catalyze change in this person. Yeah, wow, you deserve better. You guys take that as a message. You do deserve better. And I'm hearing there is some level of healing here for some of you, where someone actually chooses to take a divergent path away from their suffering and their addictions. Your love has changed my life. Yeah. A brighter future awaits. Respect begins with me. Yeah, this person goes through a massive transformation. We have red string theory coming through with this card. Embrace who you are becoming. Yeah, you cause this person to go through some sort of catalytic crisis that forces them to grow. Despite everything, I still believe in us. Release the need to fix everything. Your love brings warmth I never knew I needed. And your feelings are valid. Yeah, so this is a major lesson for this person. And even if you, you're going to move on from this person. You're not going to try to fix this person anymore. And you're going to move on, and this person is going to learn some pretty intense lessons. Let's nurture our love every step of the way. So this person may try to come back and work things out with you. And you guys are going to have to trust your intuition. If this is like a divine counterpart, then yeah, it can be really, really ugly and messy. And the person can go through massive transformation and healing, but you need to use your discernment. So let's get you advice. Yeah, like I said, if this is that person, then the future with that person is in pile 1 or 3. This would be the crash and burn stage. But for most of you, this is a toxic karmic connection. Maybe you needed confirmation to be able to tell the difference. Okay, your advice. Like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving too. Ooh, yeah. So you could be attracting someone to heal shadows. So yeah, this could be because you are still working through some of your shadows. And that can be the harsh lesson, is like we project all this negativity or pain or suffering or, you know, something onto a connection, but really it's about self-worth. It doesn't mean like, oh, if they're a narcissist, you're a narcissist. Like, you know, it's not tit for tat or equal. It's you attract what you need in order to heal and grow. So align yourself with your self-worth. Like, you deserve beautiful soul level love. So this is a connection that teaches you to align with that in yourself, to love yourself, to realize that your feelings are valid, to respect yourself, to embrace who you're becoming. Honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth, number 38. Yeah, okay. So be really honest with yourself and with this person, because I do feel like we went down here, and there was some deception. I think that was in this pile. I just kind of piled them all back on here. Yeah, there was deception and dishonesty. So somebody here may cheat or has cheated or, you know, was wearing a mask. So make sure that you're being really fully, truly genuine and yourself. But it almost feels like this is an energy of turning one's back on someone who's wearing a mask here. I'm also getting Phantom of the Opera energy. Actions speak loudly. So this has to do with expressing your love through actions, but I feel like in this reading, this card is saying, like, look at this person's actions, not just their words, right? And consider your foundation and be committed to love, right? Not just to a person. And this is number 50. So we have 49 and 50. So those ages could be significant. 38 as well. Yeah. So it feels like some of you also may be pulled away from a marriage or a commitment you're already in towards this person. And you feel like, oh, this is my soulmate, my divine counterpart. And you're being cautioned not to leave the foundation you already have, because this could be a very toxic, like, pitfall for you, right? So you may fall into something with someone and then want to rebuild with someone else, and you could lose that person forever. So that's just really important message for those of you that are feeling something strong for someone and you're already in a commitment and there's a very sexual energy between you and this person, right? It could be a decision that you regret, okay? So yeah, that's the end of the reading. I keep thinking I'm supposed to do the confirmations. But yeah, this was a very intense reading. So I do think most of you will want to go to pile 1 or 3. We'll see. I haven't done pile 3 yet, of course, but these readings are important, even though they're not always what we want to hear. They are very helpful in guiding you towards your truth, you know, and being really honest with yourself, okay? And what you deserve, okay? So I love you all so much. Sending you a big hug. I do personals. My email's in the description. And I hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome, pile 3. If you chose the Jasper heart, and this card here from this lovely Lover's Oracle deck, soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. And you also have the Tarot Arcanum or Arcanum Tarot. I never know which way to say that. Oh, let's look. Arcanum Tarot. I saw that right over there and I was like, okay, I'm going to get it right. Okay, so let's see. I had to pick up my son in between pile 2 and 3, so I'm just getting settled here. So this could feel like, you know, this is the one. Pile 1 and 2 were very different. If you came from pile 2, big hugs. That was definitely a karmic energy. But this feels like maybe you are manifesting this person at this time. So some of you may not have met this person. Now, I'm going to do a disclaimer. General readings for this kind of thing will have a lot of either or, this or that kind of. I won't be able to pin down the exact 100% guarantee for you here. So this is an opportunity to trust your intuition and to have a little fun and to give you some insight and some wisdom and maybe, like in pile 2, help you avert some red flags. Yeah, to help you determine if maybe this person's already in your life or you haven't met them yet. So it's going to be a who, what, when, where type of reading. And in the beginning, we're just going to do all of this here as who your person is. And then we'll get into the tarot for what the connection will be like, anything Spirit wants to tell us about it. We'll ask how they feel, how you feel, and, you know, a little bit more. We'll just go into some oracle cards about what the connection will be like. And we will pull some signs here for you as well. And I'll get messages and advice at the end. So let's see. So who is your soulmate? Okay, so for pile 3, let's see what we've got here. So we have talkative, feminine. So this person could have feminine energy. It doesn't mean they have to be a female. It could just mean that this person's a little more passive, a little more in touch with their feminine energy, however that manifests. We have intellectual and loud voice. Okay, and we have plus size, slender, Also, sometimes these energies can feel like, okay, you and your person, although that's not the intention, but one of you might be a little bit larger and the other one might be very slim, or maybe this person's going to go through a weight loss journey, something like that. We have blonde hair, red hair, and freckles. Let's see. There we go. I'm just trying to fit these all in here so you can see them. Okay, so this person also could change their hair frequently. And then we have soul mirroring, exposing and revealing all. So you could feel like this person is a mirror to you. So the two of you are, mirroring each other. And we have, you are my lifeline, I can't lose you. So we have lakes and oceans here. That could be significant. Someone could live by a lake or live by an ocean. There could be a body of water separating the two of you. But this is going to be someone who is like the mirror to your soul. Okay. All right. And some possible locations connected to this relationship. We have South America, we have the UK, we have Russia, and we have the USA, otherwise known as Turtle Island. And for the initials, we have K, B, C, F, G, another G, another G. Wow, that's a lot of G's. We have a Q, an S, an E, an M, and a Y. Okay, so just a note that if you don't see initials that resonate for you, it doesn't mean that it's not your reading at all. And also this could be someone you haven't met. Because we got 3 G's in this pile, I'm actually going to get just a couple more initials. We have another Q, so another double, an A, and a $. Okay, so there could be a financial element to this connection. And we're going to get you some signs. I've pulled from a full bag each time. So let's see. So we have Leo, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Cancer, and Scorpio. Okay. So let's look at these here. So we have Guardian, a lost loved one watches over you. So someone here may have, I'm hearing like lost a parent or even a child, or this person could be someone who comes into your life and is somewhat like an angel who watches over you. Someone could just be very into like angel decor, I'm hearing. Also, someone could work with angels. Yeah, this person or you, but this is supposed to be about your person, but there is an energy coming through of this could be because of the mirroring. This could be you or your person. We have sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. So we could have queer or transgender people here. So your person could be LGBTQIA+. There also could just be a very strong masculine and feminine dynamic here. We have this infinity symbol, so this could feel like your divine counterpart, twin flame connection. And it could be that, there's a feeling of something about a child possibly too. This person could have a child, or you could have a child on the other side with this person that hasn't been born yet. We have freedom. So this could be a connection that feels like it, may start out casual. It may start out casual, and then also it could be an open relationship for some of you who identify as polyamorous. And again, you don't have to choose that if that's not something that you want, okay? And friendship. So yeah, this feels like for a lot of you, this is a person who you start out as friends. Maybe it's a casual connection. It may take you a while to move this connection forward. It's like you're being led to one another by loved ones on the other side, or you have angelic protection over the two of you at this time. We have stranger, passerby, encounter by chance, mutual aid, new friend. So most of you, this is a stranger. So for most of you, you have not met this person yet. This is a stranger. Okay. If you feel that you've met this person, and trust your intuition on that. This could be someone that you met through some sort of mutual aid. Yeah, something where maybe you were volunteering or they were. This could be someone you have recently met who is a new friend of yours. Or you met them by chance. So trust your intuition. I'm going to say for the bulk of you, you have not met this person, but that doesn't have to be for all of you. We have blacksmith, forge, melting, shaping, tempering. So someone here could be a blacksmith also with this melting, shaping, tempering. Again, this could be like a twin flame connection. It does feel like this connection, yeah, temperance energy, Sagittarius energy coming through. This connection could be something that kind of forges you, changes you into something different. Like you become something different by being together. Okay, also with the way this guy is dressed, someone here could ride a motorcycle or a motorbike or a scooter. Okay, and then we have finality, farewell, leave behind, closure, and return. Second chance, opportunity, making amends. So this feels like someone where the two of you may go through a separation and may return to each other. Yeah, so this is a connection where there could be a separation and a return. Okay, so, and a need to make amends here. Someone may need to put down their mask. I'm seeing this mask and I'm seeing this. So this could be a connection where a person needs to put down their mask in order to make this work, to take this opportunity. So let's see, what will this relationship look like? What do we need to know about this relationship, Spirit? What do we need to know about this soulmate? We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. So 10-10 could be significant. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Chariot. Whoa. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Eight of Cups. And the Hermit. Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Okay, so this is a connection that will have at least one cycle of separation and return. This is a connection that will come at a time when you are in the process of leaving things behind in your life. You may have recently moved or have gone through some sort of hardship. It feels like this is going to be a relationship that goes through a death and a rebirth. So there could be a feeling of pain or suffering. I don't feel like pile 2 was pretty intense. What I'm getting from this is more like after a period where I feel like both of you have gone through, because I feel this mirroring again. Like one of you may be going through pain, betrayal, you know, just feeling like washed up and you know, everything has gone wrong. And the other one may be just feeling like a burden, like heavy work burdens, heavy responsibilities. There's something about both of you going through a really painful cycle in your life and it coming to an end, and then actually meeting one another and it being just, you know, something simple, something grounded, but just, you know, it's like this message, this person may message you or connect with you at a time when you're rebuilding and you're getting back on your feet, and you're actually finally getting some sort of success or recognition in your life for either the hard work you've been doing, or you've overcome a lot of challenges and pain in your life. And this person's going to show up in a very like calm, sort of grounded way, but it's going to start out small. It does feel like this is a connection that starts out as a friendship. It does feel like there are challenges when it comes to making this work. There could be some sort of distance. It felt like there was distance in all the piles to some degree, but with the Chariot and the Five of Pentacles here, one of you may feel very isolated from the other one for a period of time. It does feel like someone has to like come in and almost sweep the other one off their feet. We have Cancer energy with the Chariot, by the way. So it feels like this person may come in and sort of sweep you off your feet at a time when things have been very, very difficult for you. And it feels like a very grounded offer. I swear this guy looks like Nicolas Cage. Ever since I saw it, I can't unsee it. So someone's name could be Nicholas. Or someone could just really like, movies, actors. Someone could be an actor. Also, someone could have goldfish is coming through. But this is something that requires balance and courage. There's a feeling of needing courage with the Six of Wands. Like this person's going to make you feel better about yourself. There's something about this person where they come in and like they open doors. There's a feeling of opening doors, like things starting to move. You may meet this person when they are in a period of hardship, or it does feel like you're both in a period of hardship and you help each other overcome this. And there's a feeling of like small, tangible, like step-by-step communication, messages, cautious energy here. But there's deep love. This connection is going to be an opportunity for a very deeply loving and successful relationship. The Hermit energy, Virgo energy. It feels like there is a missed opportunity though. It's like someone is not quite willing to take the reins at first. And there's this mutual aid thing. You may meet this person through some sort of charity work, or this may be someone who offers you assistance. There's something about financial assistance and support coming through here, where someone's helping the other one get back on their feet. But it does feel like there's very deep love here, especially on the masculine side. Very deep love, very stable emotions, and an opportunity. I want to get a few more cards, actually. Because I got 5 in a row. All the piles have come out a little bit different, but I got 5 in a row for pile 1. So I just want to clarify what's going on with this 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands. The Empress. Wow. Okay, we're just going to clarify all of these. The Lovers. The 5 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. Okay, yeah, you know what? Wow, this is a stable, steady relationship that levels up slowly over time. There's an Ace of Pentacles, there's a Page, there's a Knight. So this is very slow and steady. And this is going to come at a time when you are feeling down and out. And major changes are happening in your life. This is sort of like, I'm hearing with this arrow here, it's like Cupid is going to strike. And there's a feeling of a time when you have really gained some sort of, I'm hearing like financial, for some of you, you are the one that has this financial stability, and you meet this person when they're down and out, and they are going to have to like build up their life in order to show up for you, because they have a lot of love for you. But in order to be successful for you, it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of like accomplishments and a lot of like building themselves into this person who's capable of actually bringing you all of this love, because you're like a wish come true for this person. And so there is this feeling though of like hardship, grief, and separation, like a feeling of We go through a period of separation, we go through a period of grief, a period of loneliness, but it's required for things to come into alignment. So it's like there's a need to heal the emotions. So I do feel like this is a very powerful soul level connection. And I do feel like this is an opportunity for you to really take a painful ending in your life and transform it into like a wish come true, a dream come true. And there is a message of having to leave what you believed was what was right for you, to embrace something that actually feels good to you. So there's an emotional healing here that happens. Yeah, Knight of Cups. This person will pursue you, or if you feel like you're the one in pursuit here, there's going to be courtship. There's a feeling of courtship, and there's a feeling of, someone who is able to bring their emotions, but in a stable, steady, reliable way. So it feels like there'll be friendship and messaging and communication and possibly a cutoff before someone actually can align themselves and understand who they are and what they want, and possibly even what they have lost here, and then really show up and start stepping up and moving forward and choosing this. So yeah, Six of Pentacles, it does feel, wow, injustice. And then now the Knight of Wands. Wow. So this is someone who is, I really feel like, going to passionately pursue you. And some of you do have like an open relationship with this at first. You're seeing multiple people at first. And eventually you choose to leave behind the other options and go forward with this person, and there'll be a balance. And I think there is something here about someone isn't like as financially well off as the other one, so that has to come into balance. That the scales have to be balanced here. You see these two scales, and so there is a feeling of this is a life partner. There's likely going to be legal marriage, and it is a deep soul connection with the lovers. And yet there's some sort of separation that happens due to someone's inability to show up completely. They're in Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups energy. There's regret, there's remorse, there's a level of needing to stabilize, mature, overcome obstacles here and push through. The Emperor drives the Chariot, right? But this person's not showing up in Emperor energy, even though there's an Empress here. So someone here isn't fully a match to the other one yet. And so it's going to take some time for that to happen. And now we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so there's a lot of players on the board here, as far as like, there's a lot of maybe people also around this connection, like family members, mothers specifically, children, family members. So you may have gone through some other relationships before you meet this person. So you may have children with another person, or they may have children with another person. And there's this feeling of, it's almost like the Hangman, the King of Swords. Wow, and Judgment. It's almost like you both end up dating other people for a while, because this is the two of you on pause, right? You go through a cycle. So this is definitely we meet, we break up, right? We're on pause, we gain perspective, and then this is resurrection. This is a return, right? And this is like after hardship, after difficulty. We don't give up. We go through all the pain, we go through all the struggle. And so this 10 and 10 is like after all that pain and struggle, then, we are able to truly be happy. 10 of Cups, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, and there's insecurities and self-imposed limitations that have to be overcome here. So it looks like you're going to have a period of time where, maybe this just doesn't get off the ground at first. So it doesn't become a full relationship at first. And there's other options and other opportunities here. But ultimately, the two of you end up most likely in a legal marriage. and giving each other a very balanced, very loving, very, you know, there's a lot of chemistry, and you really see eye to eye, and you're successful, and some of you have a child, if that's where you're at in life. And yeah, it's like you start again. And when you start again, it's something where this person has really matured and they really are balanced and stable and able to like fulfill their dreams with you. And there's all this fruit in these cups. So it's like, this is a very fruitful connection. And the two of you are very, very happy together once you go through these cycles. Once you reach a place where you feel like you can actually see eye to eye, and you've learned some things outside of this connection that needed to be learned. Okay, so let's see. What else do we need to know about this connection? Fusion, align, openness, harmonize, collaboration. So you are very aligned with this person. Yeah, you may feel like this is your twin flame. So you may feel like you share a soul frequency here. And this is a connection that has to come into alignment. It has to harmonize. You both have to be ready. Dream, desire, omen, nightmare, fantasy. We have the ocean again. Yeah, there's something about having to align your dreams as well. And it feels like this is a relationship where you merge and you become like, you begin to have the same dream. You may be getting a lot of signs and synchronicities as you're going along this journey with this person. You may not be sure if this is a nightmare or a fantasy or if it's real. So it could be triggering a lot. There are some triggers here. It could trigger pain, grief, regret. It could trigger wounds around, past betrayals. But this is not a connection. I do not feel like this is someone who betrays you with deception or dishonesty or cruelty. This is just a connection where, maybe if there were some mistakes or some betrayal, it's like that was destined to happen in order to trigger some shadow work, some deeper work that needs to be done. But it just feels like for a lot of you, it's external circumstances keeping the two of you apart. And, perhaps someone's already in a relationship when you two meet. They're already pursuing someone, or, you have different relationship identities. There's a struggle in choosing just the two of you in a commitment, but you ultimately reach that place where it's just two of you in a marriage and your dreams become aligned and you merge your lives and you overcome these insecurities and these fears, and you leave the things in your life that don't make you happy anymore, because you've both learned what you needed to learn. You figured yourselves out. Okay. We have purity, innocence, holiness, humility, virtue. Yeah, look at angels again. So the angels are guiding the two of you. This is a very angelically, divinely led connection. This is very spiritual. Yeah, there's a beautiful experience between the two. Hi, squirrel. I know you want pecans. Hang on, I gotta feed this squirrel. Just give me a second. Okay, I had to feed my little buddy. I've run out of the stuff I normally give them, so they're getting premium pecans right now. Okay. Yeah, there's something very pure, very beautiful, very innocent about this connection. There's an open energy. There's so much emotion in this connection. It's very, very beautiful. I feel like you're going to be very honored. You're going to honor each other. And there's going to be a lot of desire, a lot of passion, but it's very emotional. It's not, it doesn't feel like something, my son blows his nose after I say emotional. Maybe you're going to cry a lot. There could be a lot of crying, 5 of Cups. This is such a deep connection. I feel like this may crack your hearts open. This is like a connection where, yeah, it's just so deep that it's impossible to deny at a certain point. It just runs so deep. You could dream about each other a lot as well. And it is something that comes back to life with this trunk and all these flowers. It's like something new is born out of something else that was like cut off or died off. Okay. Evolution, transformation, reinvent, new beginnings. Yeah, this is a beautiful, evolving connection. There is a lot of transformation. I do feel like, yeah, it's like you're going to reinvent this relationship. And it's going to feel like something you've never experienced before. Yeah, and I do think there is some sort of upheaval. It does feel like it's going to stir up a lot in you. But the thing is that it's meant to like purge and cleanse your soul. Like there's a feeling of just pouring out all of the pain, all the suffering. You know, it's like this is like the eye of the storm. Once you reach that place, the two of you are just indestructible. You know, and you could even be bringing in angelic frequencies onto the planet. You could identify as someone who, you know, is both of you very connected to angels and archangels. Like you have a shared mission. You're here to help the earth evolve. You're here to help create heaven on earth. I'm hearing to split this. Wow. Yeah, redemption. Look at that. Hope, miracle, turning point. Yeah, you are... This is a connection that the two of you, look at these clouds. Some of you, yeah, you came to this planet to bring miracles into this world. You came to this world at this turning point in time to bring hope and miracles. This is a very, very spiritual, very, very destined connection. It feels like the two of you are just being drawn to each other to the extent that you can't resist this connection ultimately. And it is a feeling of redemption here from a past pain. So I do feel that if you feel you've already met this person, you may be in separation from them right now. They may have chosen someone else because they needed to go through that. There was a child that was meant to be born, or some sort of lessons were meant to be learned. And that's, you know, that can be painful, but it's not necessarily a bad thing at all. You know, it's the divine orchestration that is necessary for the two of you to reach a place of alignment. Okay. So let's see, how will... I did it backwards for pile 2 from pile 1, but how will they feel? We're going to get more than one because that jumped out before I was clear. How will they feel in this connection with you? Okay. So there's a period of uncertainty in the beginning, okay? They won't be able to like really trust their intuition at first. So uncertainty is the feeling of not being able to foresee the future, bringing anxiety and unease. When uncertainty appears, it reminds you to embrace what cannot be controlled. Trust your intuition, look at that, and courageously face the unknown challenges, for the future will gradually become clear. So it's going to take a while for this person to get clear, but once they learn to trust their intuition and trust the universe, then they're going to move towards you, and this connection is going to align, and it's going to move a lot faster with the Chariot. Like it's going to go from feeling like sad and lonely and cold to like really fast forward movement and like a very deep bond. So it does feel like trust is being built over time during a period of like separation and openness, or you just remain friends because there's other relationships involved. So no matter... Did I read this yet? We're going to read it. Trust is a firm belief in the universe and the choices you make. No matter how the road looks right now, trust will guide you to the right direction. When you trust yourself, the universe supports your journey, helping to manifest your dreams. So this person has some sorting out of themselves and learning to trust their intuition and to trust their dreams and the signs, because some of them may be feeling like the signs and synchronicities are some sort of like nightmare, bad omen, or, you know, it's almost like this person doesn't quite understand this connection because it's deeply spiritual, and they could be a very like down-to-earth practical person, very intellectual or cerebral. So how will you feel? I'm going to get 2 cards for both of you guys. All right. So you may experience loneliness. Loneliness is an opportunity for deep connection with yourself. It is not a negative emotion, but the beginning of self-exploration. In your loneliness, you can re-examine your needs and goals. So this connection is going to push the two of you to deal with some really deep things. And then you're going to learn detachment. So you may feel lonely and codependently attached or obsessed with this person for a while during separation in order to heal some of those deeper wounds. When you become detached, right? Detachment is a liberation from emotional or material dependence, allowing you to maintain independence and balance. Detachment is not about giving up, but releasing what no longer serves you, enabling you to view the world with clarity. You will eventually release what no longer serves you, okay? And you will let go of feeling lonely. This is about you becoming detached in a healthy way. This is about you healing the inner divine feminine, whether you identify as feminine or not, and becoming stable, grounded, whole, able to nurture yourself, able to nurture others, able to be okay on your own 2 feet. So this is a connection where the two of you have to learn to be okay on your own and go through some experiences that may be challenging. So there could be a feeling of, I don't know what's going to happen and I'm lonely, but you both reach a place of clarity, okay? And the ability to trust and manifest your dreams. And between the two of you, there will be a lot of faith. So there could be, it could be that there's religious similarities or differences, or one goes on a journey and then shares the other one's spiritual beliefs. Faith is a powerful belief that keeps you unwavering in the face of challenges. Faith is not blind. It is a deep trust in yourself and the universe's power. When faith appears, it reminds you to stay true to your beliefs. So this is going to be a test of faith for the two of you, but you will remain faithful. And I do feel like this is you're faithful to each other. Even when you're separated, there is like this deep faith, this soul level bond that cannot be broken and it cannot be replaced by others. Okay? Anything else that we need to know about this before we get messages? Yeah, this energy feels very soft, but it does feel like there's a lot of deep emotional like healing that needs to happen. So there could be a lot of purging of emotions. Okay, anything else we need to know about this soulmate connection, please, Spirit? Power play and keep pedaling. So wanting to dominate or control the relationship, insecurity and influence. So there could be external influences. Yeah, there is a feeling of needing to become detached from the desire to control, but look at this. So you come out of the shadows into the light. So there is a feeling of healing from needing to dominate or control the other one. Yeah, overcoming insecurities because you move ahead despite these obstacles. So you overcome these obstacles. You explore, and again, forge. Is forge in here twice? Forge. So you forge a bond from the challenges and from the difficulties. Yeah. Like this is a bond that it feels like it's inevitable. Whereas pile 2 felt like people were dealing with like heavy karmic energies and crossroads and everything. This feels like an inevitability, which I don't normally say on a general tarot reading, so take that if it feels that way. You know, you may feel deeply certain about this person, okay? And that is how you are manifesting that future, is through your deep certainty and your faith. Yeah, here it is. Strong roots, building a foundation of trust with someone, faithful friends first. So this is a faithful, loyal, reliable connection where you are friends first. And it's a very slow connection, and they may not get off the ground because someone's still trying to figure themselves out. There may be other people that you date and experiences that you have before you end up together, but the two of you are going to choose, you're going to choose to marry one another here. And it's almost like there is this feeling of like not really knowing, like the divine doesn't want to tell you. Some of you are like, well, I've got these people, these multiple people in my life. Which one is it? And the divine is like, you know, it all will be revealed when it's time, who that person is. Okay. And there is a lot of passion. There's a lot of desire here. And there's an intellectual connection. There's an emotional connection. There's a physical connection. Yeah, and it's almost like the thing that isn't quite there yet is the spiritual connection, the spiritual alignment. Okay, so it's like the calm after the storm, though, is kind of what I feel from this. So let's see. When and where will you meet them? Some of you have met this person. Like I said, if you're already in separation and this really feels like your person. But there are many of you that this is a total stranger. Okay, and this is how you're going to recognize meeting them is from this, you know, reading. You know, that's this person. So let's see. When will you meet them? be bold and make the first move. When you make the first move, interesting. So you may be the one that makes the first move. So this is likely someone that you made the first move on. Yeah. Interesting. So cardinal signs could be significant. So that's Capricorn. Oh gosh, I'm the worst with the cardinal and the mutable and all of that. So if you know the cardinal signs, guys, you can put that in for pile 3 on the comments. It's time to take action. Aries. Okay. Yeah, I think Aries is a cardinal sign too. So Aries season. So April, March, April. You could meet this person during Aries season or an Aries new moon. You could meet them during I guess, a cardinal moon. I don't know what moon phase that is. But yeah, it could be any of the cardinal signs. The moon could be in that. Or it could be during a cardinal sign season. But it does feel like you're taking action in your life. And you're being bold and you're being brave. And you're moving forward. So you're in somewhat of a masculine energy, whether or not you're a masculine. Like you may be making a lot of power moves in your life when you meet this person. It may not be that you make the first move toward this person. If that doesn't resonate as something you would do, you may be making a lot of power moves in your life when you meet this person. And then don't let pride get in your way. So it could be Leo season or a full moon in Leo. Yeah, Lionsgate, you could meet this person during that time. I'm also hearing if you do a lot of manifestations, like on November 11th is what I'm hearing, like 11/11 manifestations. But this is a connection where you do have to humble yourself. There's a level of humility here that happens. The two of you have to go through some humbling and purifying. And the divine is like putting you both through this purification process. So you're going to meet them when you are in a place of like healthy masculine energy in yourself. So if you have like father wounds and you identify as a feminine person, you know, you've done the healing around that. You're able to have healthy balance. Yeah, whoa, spirit. They're like, healthy balance. Anastasia, pick up that card. Mutual respect, shared responsibilities, equality, respect, care. Yeah. So you will balance out this power play, you guys. And there is something here about putting down your walls. And both of you putting down your pride. Love is stronger than pride, Sade. I love how Sade comes through my readings. And yeah, see, this is going to be a reconciling after regret and after the two of you grow individually. Release, breathe, clear, but it is going to evolve. It's going to evolve. You are going through a metamorphosis with this person. That's what will happen. And the right timing will happen once you have faith. You find the right one, self-love soon. Yeah, wow, I love how synchronistic that is. Okay, all right. We need to focus on where you're going to meet them. So these could be figurative or literal. That's kind of how they've been coming out. So concert, live performance, music celebration. Some of you will meet them at a concert. You will observe them on some sort of performance live or some sort of music celebration or festival. Yeah, but I'm hearing their entrance is going to come with like, yeah, like the music of the spheres, the angels. There's going to be some sort of like music around you. Yeah. It's going to feel like a grand entrance. To meet this person, you're going to recognize them. You're going to feel them in your soul. So it's going to be like music in your soul, even if it's not at a concert. So where are you going to meet this person? I'm also hearing some of you are going to meet them in your dreams first. The forest. Dense canopy, nature sanctuary, forest floor. So you may meet them out in nature. But I'm also hearing you can't see the forest through the trees. I just gave you so many pecans. You just ate so many of them. Eat the apples. Oh, don't dump the apples. Okay, sorry, you guys. Okay, I've got squirrel brain about squirrels. Okay. Yeah, you could meet them somewhere where you feel, yeah, like you're still like trying to find the answers. It does feel like someone's kind of like looking for answers. Yeah, there could be like wildlife around you. You could be camping. But yeah, there could be like a music festival out in nature or something for some of you. But it does feel like when you meet, there's a dense energy around the two of you. And that's why there has to be like this forging and this tempering and this purifying that happens. Okay, where will you meet them? Yeah, well, you're like navigating through the dark is what I'm hearing. okay? And you might meet them in someone's living room at a family gathering, okay? And some of you may meet them at a lake, but there is also this feeling of you two mirroring each other, reflecting each other. So it's like when your reflections, there's like an initial meeting, and then there's the initial meeting, it's going to be kind of dense. It's going to feel a little bit like you can't really quite see the light or who the other one is, but you're going to feel it resonate, right? It's like going to be like Gabriel's horn, like it's going to be like really a profound feeling internally. And then you might meet them again at someone's party or at a family gathering, or literally one might go visit the other one in their home, because there's like this return, right? When things are calm, when you're able to truly reflect to one another, when the fog clears. So, but take these also as literal. And then Mystic Haven, enchantment, esoteric, magic, intrigue, hidden wisdom. You could meet them at a market, at a mystical fair, on a city street, a cafe here. Yeah. And it could feel like, yeah, enchanting, or like it's almost like a dream. So, and then there's that crossroads energy. So some of you have messages in pile 2. If you feel like you've been dealing with a lot of karmic energies or something toxic, you may want to watch that pile to give you some clarity. It is very intense though. And that is definitely not the forever person pile. So let's see, let's get you some messages. So this is a powerful, like, things are beautiful, but they also go through some challenges here. So let me see. I mean, everybody goes through challenges in their relationship, but this does feel like one of those connections that, you know, you're going to end up together in the center. Like, no matter how far you stray or what you have to go through. All right, so understanding, I see your side of the story. Destiny, I'm struggling to find the right path. Conversation, I want to call you and hear your voice. So someone could be a florist or work somewhere where they have to wear an apron also. Holding back, I should have expressed myself better. Look at that. That's some sprigs that might go into a floral bouquet. So someone may bring a bouquet to the other one. Unexpected outcome, things didn't go the way I planned. Regret, I wish this never happened. Yeah, there is a feeling of I didn't know which way to go at first, and I regret that. So there is definitely a return. Self-love, I'm still trying to heal. And reunion, we will always come back to each other. And guilty, I feel pain from the damage I've caused. And guilt was actually on the back of this deck when I pulled the cards for how your person will feel. I didn't hear to read it at the time, but this person will go through that with you. And you guys, I want to get you some of these too, because this is powerful soul connection here for sure. I would like to give this another chance. I've been working on my self-love and self-worth. Nothing really makes sense without you. Yeah, that's kind of the way it feels, because the two of you are meant to be together. You are my light in the darkest times. Yeah, I do feel like you may be the one that helps lead this person out of some sort of darkness or suffering. But there's a point where you have to detach, because it can become codependent for one to be like the guide and the other one to be, you know, you have to meet each other on equal playing field is what I'm hearing. We are both working together in unison, even if you cannot see it yet. I sometimes struggle to express my feelings to you. This is somewhat of a deep person who doesn't necessarily share their emotions verbally. They could express their emotions physically, through desire, through passion, through intimacy. We are a perfect match made in heaven. Yeah, and this is a match literally made in heaven. This is a heavenly, divinely destined connection. I'm always with you in spirit. Oh no, that's making me think of Spirit Airlines. They just got, they went out of business. You may have flown on Spirit Airlines. I feel this insane attraction to you. I want to reach out to you. Without you in my life, I feel lost. Yeah, it's not going to make sense to be apart from each other, and that will pull you back together after the separation. I truly want to work on this connection, and I wish I could hold you in my arms and tell you how much you mean to me. Yeah, this person has to go through some struggles around their courage. Yeah, and look, power struggle. Here's this card right here. So there is a little bit of a power struggle here that has to be overcome. And someone has to let go and trust and really give in to their higher self, instead of trying to take all of their actions based on their like intellect or, you know, their passions or survival, okay, or acting out of insecurity. My emotions for you are running deep. Yeah, this is a very deep connection. There's very deep emotion here. And I can't stop thinking about what we had. Yeah, you will never, ever stop thinking about each other. So it's just going to pull the two of you together. It's like you're orbiting each other too. And then you get to the eye of the storm. Yeah, okay. So there is a feeling that someone may have ignored the other one or disappeared in order to focus on themselves, to detox, right? And it may be something where you feel like, you know, you're never going to be together. But look at all these butterflies here. So yeah, there will be abundance, prosperity, wealth, blessings. You will reach that place with one another, and you will heal and become very grateful for one another. Yeah, and cherish each other. And there is something about bringing flowers. Someone bringing someone flowers. Yeah. Okay, so let's get you advice. Receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. 34. Yeah, look at that. Appreciate, gratitude. You are both going to have a lot of gratitude, I think, for what the other one has to offer. The snowflakes could be important here. There's something about you learning how to receive love, allowing love in. Yeah, you could be healing a wound of receptivity. And so you're being encouraged to continue to soften, to melt your own heart with your own willingness to open up to others. You could be someone who experiences a lot of loneliness, isolation, and detachment to protect yourself from deeper wounding. So there's something about you opening up and letting yourself flow, like letting your feelings flow, kind of dissolving the ice around your heart. And consider your foundation. 50, so someone could be 50, someone could be 34, or those ages could be significant. Look at how committed you are to love. Yeah. So this is a test of your commitment to loving yourself, to loving another. And there is something about building a foundation. Also, we have badgers here, so you may have messages in the badger pile in my other video, especially if you came from pile 2, because I think pile 2 in this video is connected to that pile. 44, get to know each other, learn to meet each other's need for love. Yeah, continue to get to know this person, even if you are in other relationships or you're unable to be anything but friends, or, you know, maybe there's a lot of space, or it just seems like this isn't possible right now, or there's distance. Continue to get to know this person and focus on building your own foundation, creating stability in your own life and a place to, you know, in order to receive another person, we need to have our own foundation stable in our body, in our energy, and in our lives, right? So that is what you are being guided to do. And thank you so much for being here for this unique reading. I haven't done this one before on this channel, and I appreciate you so much. And I do personals. My email's in the description. And I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.